when I think of leadership, I usually think of Jocko Willink and his concept of extreme ownership. And I think of him in the field and, that video he has there where he says good to all these crazy things happening and he doesn't get emotional and he doesn't react, right? I know you know Jocko, you've been on his show a few times and I first heard about you before you became a congressman on that show. And I'd like to, and I think in the field as a SEAL, that's the kind of leader you want and that's the kind of leader that keeps you alive. And which makes me wonder, in the core as a human, you must respond to that type of leader because that's the one that keeps your tribe alive out in the wild, wherever you are. So it's strange that, in politics, people try to cater to a different type of leadership. I don't know. Is that a weird observation for me to make?
No. Well, that's the observation I was making. Yeah. I mean, it's completely right. And perplexing, and I haven't quite figured it out. Empathy. Empathy is a big part of leadership. So people are always looking for somebody who empathizes with them. So that's part of it. And if you show fear as a leader, and you express, I think, what am I seeing these days? I guess express, what's the right word? I don't know, like a sense of chaos, right? Like kind of hair on fire rhetoric. Like we're on the precipice of, you get on a press conference and you say we're on the precipice of disaster, because I was criticizing local leaders who would say things like that. And then I'd get criticized back, like, how dare you? I'm like, what do you mean, how dare I? Why would you ever want a leader in a hard situation to speak like that? You want somebody who's steadfast, who's calm, doesn't use excessive language like this, because it's not useful. It might make you feel like they empathize with you because you're a little scared and they're scared and they're expressing fear and emotion and you feel that fear and emotion. And so you're drawn to them. So that's why it happens, because again, people feel emotional connections and leaders need to have that emotional connection, but leaders also need to think of the bigger picture and show good judgment. Riling people up is not good. I can't believe I have to say that, but I do have to say that.